There's no joke. That's actually really heavy. So, hello everybody. My name is Sarah Hendricks. I have small tits. I would like your number later, sir. I actually went to the doctor's office this week and got some really disappointing news. They told me that if I was ever going to be having children, that I wasn't going to be able to breastfeed, just chest feed. There is an upside to having small breasts. Men always look at my face. They have nothing else to look at. The downside is I was in the restaurant industry for many years, and I had to figure out ways of making tips otherwise than flaunting, which actually worked out in one situation. I had a really nice table, and the lady at the table proceeded to yell, "Hey, honey! Don't worry about your small tits. This guy's got a foot fetish." I was like, oh, gross. Does that mean he likes to get pedicures all the time? So the guy with the supposed foot fetish that night ended up being the one who paid the bill. So as I go over to pick up the check, he tells me that he wants to see my feet. And I'm like, excuse me? He says, yeah, your tip depends on it. I was like, well, if my tip depends on it. So I take off my old man Velcro shoes and my two pairs of sweaty ass socks, and I like Cinderella my foot up into his hand, and before you can even say podiatrist, he has shoved my entire foot into his mouth. Ow! And as he's pulling my foot out of his mouth and his stranger saliva is making a nice little line from his lip to my foot, I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm horrified. I'm disgusted. And then I see him whip out a $50 bill, and I'm like, do you want the other foot? So after I pimped out my foot, I did what any girl would do in a really traumatic situation. I called everybody in my phone. And one of those people was my mother, and she was legitimately pissed. She was like, Sarah, you've been foot raped. You should call somebody. And I was like, who, Dr. Scholes? But my family's crazy. I love them, but they're crazy. I actually just found out that my brother's getting married. Woohoo for my brother. He sent me his engagement photos, and I was flipping through them, and they're like the traditional engagement photos, like, oh, look at us, we're sitting on a rock holding hands. Oh, now we're walking aimlessly through the woods, but don't worry, our love will guide us. Oh, here's a pretty picture of an engagement ring that's going to be in a pawn shop in a year and a half. It's like, really? Do you really have to send me an 8x10 to prove to me that you're in love? You're getting married. So this kind of got me thinking, and I realized that if I ever get engaged, my fiance and I, we're going balls to the fucking wall. We're going to make a flip book, like one of those books where if you flip through it really fast, you can see us in action, and the first picture is going to be us sitting on a rock holding hands, each with a black eye. The next picture is me running after him with a baseball bat with a face that's like... The next picture is him choking me out. The last picture says our happy ending, and it's both of us dead in a pool of our own blood. Because nobody gets out of marriage alive. But the part that really made me mad about my brother is that he didn't have the decency to call me and tell me he was engaged. He just let me find out through Facebook. Which just furthers the argument that Facebook fucking blows. You're all laughing right now. But you're not. You're all laughing right now because it's true. I hate logging on and seeing a status update that's like, oh, today I ate a ham sandwich and then walked the dog, yay! Or like, today I was walking on the beach and I had an epiphany that love really means love. And I have love down deep in my soul, and I want to bring that love out, and I want to show all of you my love. Thank you, Facebook. But the ones that really get me are the boyfriend updates, where like these girls will post a picture of the flowers that her boyfriend got them, and they'll be like, oh my God, look at these flowers, I got the best boyfriend ever. So I'm going to post a picture of my dildo and be like, my dildo didn't run out of batteries